Hey, Landria Anka here, founder of digitalexplorers.net. I want to talk about something that is so important. Now, a friend of mine just mentioned that she was concerned about her portfolio. She transferred it over. She's here in Florida, and she said, I'm watching it tank. And I said, you know, we're putting all of our trust into the systems out there that generally have not protected us long term. You know, you've seen so many people through the years, and if you've been around the planet as long as I have, the dips, the ups and downs, and we end up in the same place, really worrying about if we have enough to live, to flourish, to retire. It's insanity. We are handing our power over to other people and systems that have never sustained themselves long term. Do you want to live in that world? I don't. Well, I'm slowly unplugging from it. I'm thinking, is that working in my favor? And if it's not, I unplug. I'm asking myself what I can create right now that is long-term, that's sustainable, that I feel really good about, and that I control, and that is creating. Instead of taking money in, here's what we do. We work hard, bring money in, and we hand it over to somebody else. And we hope it's going to be there, and they're making decisions about it, right? Well, you might be making your own decisions, but you cannot control the markets or all the other things that are going on in our world. If you have that portfolio sitting over there and you're concerned, you feel like you don't have control, what would happen if you actually just focused on creating income and everything was about bringing more stuff in while you're giving really good stuff? What if you actually did things that you're loving, you're having a blast, and then you get rewarded? So you're always creating income is coming in and flourishing. Now, if you want to put it back in the portfolio, that's your business. But what if you could relax because you know what you're doing, you're not only enjoying, you feel like you're making a change in the world, you feel like you have some control over it, but your future looks good because you're creating that income, that abundance, and you are offering things to the world in a very positive way. And you go to bed at night and you feel really good and you think, well, what if I lost that whole portfolio? Am I creating money so that I can relax? And how do I create it? Because you might think, well, how can you do that now? Or I'm too old, or what? You're never too old. The internet doesn't care how old you are, what your experience is. It cares about what you offer and how you offer it. Are you a creator? Or are you in that world that says we have to earn, work hard doing something we don't love, get the money, put it over here, hand it over, and pray to God that it's going to be there when we need it? That is an insane system. It's insane, all right? So when you create and you're focused on doing something really amazing, you think, wow, I really love this. I feel really good about this. I'm creating something that I own, I'm branding, and as a former investment banker, I always say, if you're not creating an intellectual property, you're just a salesman for somebody else. We focus on digitalexplorers.net, we focus on creating a brand that is yours, an intellectual property, a business that's yours. So as you're creating this income, you're working on it, you're getting skills, you're building the business, you're building value. And then as the business is abiding by a sound business strategy, which is what we do, we operate like real business owners, you're creating value. And I showed my students, I said, do you see what these small businesses are selling for? They're not even earning all that much. They have nice revenues, they're doing well, but they're not multi-million-dollar companies. And then they can sell them and make money, and investors come in and then take those companies to the next level. Investors don't want to create new businesses. They want to take over existing businesses that have sound foundations that are doing well, and that could be you. So in addition to earning and creating that income, you're creating value. So let's say 2, 3, 5, some of them are only a couple of years old. 5 years from now, you say, I want to sell this. You make money off, that's way better than a stock, and you're in control of that because you know what it takes to create that value because you're operating under business strategies that are sound, that investors want, and that you control all of it. not somebody else's decision. And so if there's a trend out there, if people want certain products, and sustainable is huge and it's getting bigger and bigger, and that's what we focus on, everything that's planet conscious, and you pull in more revenue streams and you add new products or services or coaching or whatever it is you do, you get to pick and choose that and increase your value. And those are decisions that you're totally in control of, and you will learn how to do that. Doesn't that make way more sense than going to bed and go, oh, I wonder what's going to happen to the economy? Well, buckle up. It's the same thing that happens every few years. Like, are we catching on? McFly, it doesn't work. People say, I'm a millionaire. I said, no, you're a millionaire when you pull the money out. A year later, I remember the dot-com, year later, oh, I'm broke. I said, okay, so you were never really a millionaire, and you're actually not probably really broke. Let's take a look at that. Let's go over here and take control. And if you're ready to do that, if you haven't seen my free webinar, take a look at the 5 reasons why 90-some% of the companies online go under. It's real simple, real simple. And we take care of all 5 of those issues, and we put something in place that's long-lasting, and we work with you to make sure that you are building something of great value and that you feel good about it, and it brings planet conscious businesses, so we're doing really good things. It's the biggest industry right now, and it's not going away, because if we don't change how we live, we're not going to do very well out there on the planet, and people want options. And if you're one of the people that can give them options, yay! You're going to do very well. If you want to explore that, Digital Explorers welcomes you. So if you're not in my email list, you can come join. Go in the description. If you are in my email list, you can either watch that webinar again. I have a new one that I just put in place. Or if you want to talk to me, let's talk about what that training looks like for you. Live coaching plus step-by-step training online. It's a lot of fun. We explore what you love, all the things that you should be enjoying in life and earning doing it. Thanks so much for listening. I'm going to go dry my hair, and I'll see you in the next video.